Yes. Let's go. Yeah, we took some notes last time about who we want to speak in favor of. What did I do? Ha, good. What I should do. Huh. Okay, let's see. Okay, people who should speak in favor of Johanka. That's right. What's the weapon, Henry? Come on, put it away.
Henry, put that weapon away before a guard sees you.
Yes, yes. Okay, Fritz and Matthew, the tailor's wife, Adela, Teresa, Sir Sebastian, Bailiff Hashek, Father Fabian, Pavel of Colleen. Who is Father Fabian? Okay, Pavel of Colleen. There he is. Hey, dude.
Goodman Pavel, you're still here. That's a relief. I was afraid I'd miss you.
Yes, still here, but not for long. I had some business to deal with, but now that's out of the way and I'm getting ready to leave. What was it you wanted?
Well,
You might have heard that Johanka was arrested by the Inquisitor and is facing trial.
Indeed, word has reached me. Poor girl.
I'd like to ask you to speak to the court in Johanka's defense.
Of course, Henry. You have my word. And the word of a burgher of Colleen ought to mean something. But to speak in defense of someone accused of heresy is no small matter. What do you want me to say?
The same thing you told me. That it was a sacred sign that you happened to be nearby when Johanka was speaking, and so on.
True. I'll tell the bishop that. You can rest assured.
Thank you very much. Please wait here a few more days for the court to convene, then I'll send for you.
All right. For Johanka's sake, I'll wait. Good luck,
yes,
then.
soak up a little more beer. You'll be fine. Okay, that is Pavel of Colleen. Use the mighty pen. Okay. Pavel of Colleen. Where are you? Here. Scratched. Scooter.
Yeah.
Take this wife. We gotta hurry up because, you know, trial will be in 2 days, he said. Which might be the second day. Each knows why. Guta, are you home? Oh, look, Ambrose is back. That's good.
God grant you health. How may I help you?
Yep.
I need your help with something. I'm sure you've heard. Johanka was locked up by the Inquisitor.
Who hasn't? The whole of Sasso is talking about it. And the Inquisitor was asking around about her.
I'd like to ask you to appear before the court and say something in Johanka's defense.
I can't say I'm keen on going there. But Johanka helped me. And you did too. I think it's only right that someone should say something good about her.
Thanks, Guta. I appreciate it. I'll send for you when it's time.
God be with you.
Yeah, while I'm here, so how was your trip to Kuttenberg?
How come you're wearing such fine armor? Is there a joust happening?
Yes. Repair my stuff.
See you later.
All of it? 1.2k? That's way too much. Who is Hashek? Bailiff. The bailiff
I'd like to
Hashek.
discuss the price.
Well, we can try it.
Do it for less.
What about this?
That's not enough.
Right.
Aye, for that amount, I can be persuaded.
Okay, and now we move on to the knacker. Why? I actually have no clue, but maybe. Oh yes, at the bailiff.
Master Bailiff, Inquisitor Yaroslav is going to try Johanka.
I know. He was here asking questions, too.
Oh? What did he want to know?
Various things. Like how things are here, whether people are honest, whether we observe the fest days, and so forth. And then he asked about Johanka. About what she preaches, whether people come to listen to her and that. He's been talking to a lot of other people in Sasau, too. I even heard that Katra, the swordsmith's wife, invited him to dine with them.
That's interesting. Thanks for telling me. Was he just asking questions, or does he want you to testify before the court?
Yes, he did ask me to testify, and I'm none too happy about it.
I see. And what are you going to say about her?
It depends what I'm asked, but there's not much I can say. I don't know Johanka very well. She seems virtuous and self-sacrificing to me. She's never done anything wrong, and no one here ever had a cross word to say about her, until recently. Maybe some gossip about her and Sir Sebastian, but I've heard similar talk about half the women folk here.
And she helped a lot of people.
Johanka has helped a lot of people here, selflessly. Her heart is in the right place.
True, but then there's that preaching of hers. Folk have been falling out. They're split according to whether they believe Johanka or not.
Yeah,
I don't know
that's
quite
the
what to
point.
think of it myself, but I don't want to jump to conclusions. I'll wait and see what the learned bishop has to say.
Well, I would have enough money, but I don't think that well... No.
Thank you for speaking out,
I'd rather not.
Master Bailiff.
That might be a good setup turn. So, where's the knacker? Knock it down. There he is. Hey, dude. No over-the-fence conversations, I see. Dude, talk to me. No? Okay.
What are you doing here?
No dialogue options, so...
Meat, mutton, veal, beef, and chicken.
Swordsmiths. Excuse me. Should be that one here. Next. There it is. You did. Where's your wife? And that is not proper attire to stand on work on a forge. Just saying. Hello, hello. There you are.
I'm here about Johanka.
You're that fella of hers, are you? What do you want?
Yeah,
No.
fellow, yeah.
I'm just a friend of hers. Matthias is her fella.
Huh. God knows how many she has.
I heard you invited Bishop Yaroslav to come and dine with you.
Yes, so what? Bishop Yaroslav is an esteemed visitor to Sasau, and it's only fitting he should be suitably hosted by devout burghers.
And what did you talk about?
What we discussed with the Monsignor is none of your business.
What have you got against Johanka?
Nothing. The question is, what has she got against us? Tell me that.
What?
Why?
She turns up here and tries to tell us how to live our lives. Says the Virgin Mary whispers to her in the night. Yeah, I'm sure. To a simple village wench. I'd like to know who's really putting those ideas in her head. She's just getting people all worked up. Men, especially. Coming around here with her nonsense. Sasau is a decent, orderly place, I'll have you know. We don't want any trouble here. All this talk about hellfire and the end of the world. God have mercy. No one is interested in what she has to say. All they want is some spectacle. She ought to have thought twice before she started. Not that she wasn't warned.
How?
What do you mean, warned?
As I said, she was told.
Uh-huh.
Tell me everything you know. I represent the royal hetman, so don't try and keep anything from me.
If you must know, some of the fellas want to have it out with her and tell her to stop. No one wants her speeches here. But would she listen? No. The devil possessed her to bring harm to us.
So it was you who sent those men?
All I wanted was to protect the Sasau folk against her poisonous tongue. And I'll do just that. The Monsignor asked me to testify in court. And I'll tell everything I know there.
And I'll do likewise. Farewell.
Go. God be with you.
Okay. There you are. Alright then, Nicodemus, Sir Sebastian, and Adela. And I think that'll be it. I won't go traveling around. Because I know something bad's going to happen. Because we skipped a lot of the story. So we can't give the... What's his name? Inquisitor. All the info, but it's fine. I don't think it makes much of a difference if you... Well, in this example here. But we always have Adela to take care of the needy, right, Adela? There you are. Hey there.
Adela, the Inquisitor is going to try Johanka in court.
Oh, Lord. I hope she's acquitted. I was absolutely devastated when they took her away.
I need people to speak in her defense, and I'd like to ask you to do it.
I don't want to go there. Really. I'm afraid of that Inquisitor. But you helped me, and so did Johanka. It's only right that I should try and help her. But what am I supposed to say there? I'm just a simple village girl. I don't know anything about these things.
That doesn't matter. You just be yourself. It should be enough to talk about all the good Johanka does here, and how she helps others. I'll send for you if you're needed.
All right.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, here I am. What do you want? Oh yeah, you're on my list.
Brother Nicodemus.
Scratch.
You've heard something?
The Inquisitor has decided that Johanka will be tried, but he's agreed that I can defend her.
That's really quite unusual. It must mean he hasn't come to a clear conclusion yet.
True.
Yes. I'll get her out of it.
I'm afraid it may not be that easy. The thing is, I expect Johanka will say the same things before the court that she's been preaching.
What are you saying?
Well, I've been thinking about what she's been saying, and it seems to me her preaching has a certain progression. Are you acquainted with the notion of the three orders of man?
Nope.
Not really, no.
It's like this. It's said that everyone has their God-given place and purpose on earth. Laboratores, oratores, and bellatores. Those who work, those who pray, and those who fight. The common folk are born to work, to reap the fruits of the earth and to obey the laws of God and man. It is the purpose of the nobles to protect the people and the church against all dangers and to maintain peace and justice on earth. And the church in turn has the task of caring for the spiritual welfare of all, ensuring the salvation of their souls and bringing solace to the people in times of hardship, so that they can endure their earthly trials and enter the kingdom of heaven.
But what's all that got to do with Johanka?
Well, I noticed in her first sermon she primarily addressed the concerns of the common folk, and in the second, she criticized the nobility.
Yeah. I have no clue what you're talking
I
about.
suppose so. But I still don't get it.
In short, I'm afraid that now she might start talking about the church if she gets the chance. And if she's as critical as she was about the lords, I dread to think how that might end up. Henry, you must warn her against that. She must show humility before the Inquisitor, and the wisest course would be to admit to being wrong. She's rather stubborn, but perhaps she'll listen to you.
But the Inquisitor said no one's allowed to see her.
No one except the Inquisitor's own men. You'll just have to think something up. I'm afraid Johanka's fate is mainly in your hands now. I'm relying on you.
Oh dear. Okay, that was Nicodemus. So we got Sebastian von Berg. At least one nobleman that did you know what. So let's try. Hey Urban, going to kick you out later. Yo dude. Sir Sebastian.
I found this document in the woods by Sasau. Careful, it's a bit bloody.
Don't tell me those fools got themselves. To hell with it. And did you come across any Cumans?
Yes. They're finished.
There now. It's not such a fuck-up after all. Here's some money for you. It was supposed to be for those idiots,
Stop
but it
giving me
seems
money.
they asked for 100 groschen more than they deserved.
I know.
I know about you and her. She told me everything.
Oh? What exactly do you mean? You'd better be very careful what you say, boy.
Oh, nothing, actually.
I should think not. And in the future, think twice before speaking.
Let's just get this
I
testimony
need something
thing
from
going.
you, sir. I suppose you heard that Johanka was locked up by the Inquisitor and is facing charges of heresy.
I did, and it's most disturbing news.
What you might not know is that he's agreed that I can defend her at the trial.
You? Do you even know what to say?
Yep.
Sure I know. It'll turn out just fine. Trust me. But I need you to testify at the court. In Johanka's defense, of course.
Naturally. You don't think I could just sit here and do nothing? Besides, the bishop has already insisted that I appear before the court.
Oh. All right.
One moment. I apologize if I was a little hasty. This whole affair has left me anxious. I appreciate that you want to defend her. However, I don't think it would have any effect. No offense, but I don't think you'll be able to achieve anything in court. I'm afraid the Inquisitor will judge as he sees fit, whatever anyone says.
Yes.
But I have an idea how you could help.
Oh? How's that?
Flee. With Johanka, of course.
Oh, that's not a good idea.
No, I don't think that's a good idea. I'm sure Johanka will be acquitted by the court and everything will be all right. Running would just confirm the Inquisitor's suspicions, and she'd always be looking over her shoulder.
Yeah.
I don't agree. As I said, I don't believe you can affect the outcome of the court. If Johanka flees, yes, she'll have to lie low for a while, but in time it will all blow over. You can take her anywhere, as long as it's far enough from here. A girl like that will always find her feet. She can easily hide out somewhere where she's not known. Maybe there could even be a place for her on my estate. Think about it. But whatever you decide, if Johanka comes to any harm, you'll have me to answer to.
I'm going to steal your socks next time.
Very fond of her. And her of me.
Nah.
And I don't want anything to happen to her. Understand? But if everything ends well, I'll show you my gratitude, I assure you. God be with you.
Can assure you everything will not end well. This isn't the... what... This isn't Mario Kart. Oh yeah, let me drop that here. Why do I even have that? I have 0 savior schnapps. That is not good. Right. Let's procure some saviors. And so, Teresa Godwin, priests of Valencians, they are non-existent. The fake Russian, we missed that part. Skalitz priest, Father Fabian, Teresa Godwin, and Fritz and Matthew. Why would the Inquisitor listen to these people? Okay, step 1, get saviors. Step 2, talk to Johanka. Step 3, try to make it in the trial. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to finish this today and continue with Hans's quest. I hear the call of the universe to play another game. Can't help it. But we will return to Kingdom Come Deliverance soon. To hunt more achievements.
Good God! What happened to your clothes? If you were robbed, you should report it.
Nobody robs Henry of Skalitz.
God be with you.
Now give me your bacon, saviors. And while we're at it, you have some dried meat? No. 4, alright. We could use something to eat. How about a roast duck? 21 groschen. That is expensive. But apparently very tasty. 500. You know what? Can you do 490?
Let's talk about the price.
490 seems fair.
All right, so...
Oops.
Are we agreed?
Well, a little more, and we'll call it a deal.
A little more. Okay, 490 then.
Finally, a reasonable sum.
I say. That is more than... Well, I actually don't know. But it's a lot. We could use some energy. This drains energy, okay? This gives energy. But then we are overeaten. Ah, fuck it. Moonshine gives energy. I don't think so, but whatever. Okay. Where are the barracks? The barracks. The stocks. Where they put people in prison. I should know. I've been there. Twice. What is E? Is E at the church? Apparently. Oh, they want me to talk to the priest. Okay, yeah, let's do that. No? Ah, this dude. Fabian.
Father, the Inquisitor has had Johanka thrown in jail.
I know, son.
He's planning a hearing.
Rightly so. It's about time this whole matter was dealt with.
What do you think about it, then?
As I say, it's a good thing that the matter is being investigated. The things Johanka has been preaching are, to say the least, disturbing. Who knows what these dreams are that she speaks of? And her words are only putting ideas in people's heads and leading them astray. Now, instead of going to church, as they should, they go to her in the false belief that they will find solace. It's creating a chasm between the people and the church and leading them away from the true teaching left to us by Christ. They're misguided and swamped in heretical ideas.
But Johanka is only saying what the Virgin Mary has told her. What can be wrong with that?
And how do you know the Virgin is really talking to her?
Well, I believe she's telling the truth.
Ah, but you can't be sure, can you? Do you really think a girl from the stable knows God's teaching better than the church? Better than the generations of church fathers and learned scholars since the time of Christ, who have studied the sacred scriptures and their correct interpretation? With all the evil that's already going on in this province, the last thing people need is a false prophet.
False prophet.
Christ also came from a stable, though.
There's no comparison. Christ was the Son of God. Enough of this. Bishop Yaroslav asked me to present my suspicions before the court, and that's what I intend to do. He will then resolve the whole matter. He is, after all, more qualified than anyone to do so.
If you say so, Father.
Goodbye.
Yeah. Haters gonna hate. Liar's gonna lie. And dog's gonna eat.
Look what I've got for you.
Yeah. Same stuff, different day. Okay, let's talk to Janka, then start the trial. But where is it? Okay,
Hey, who's there?
Shut up. It's not that long since I returned from the chain, so that's where they get their stone. Oh, here's the bailiff. He's probably going there. Are you going somewhere, Heshek? It's not over here. This is where a charlatan lived. I'm so stupid. There should be a quest marker. Brother Nicodemus? There's my... Persuade Johanka. It's A. Okay. A. Where the F is A? Optional. But B. Oh, there it is. Next to the church. How could I miss that? Jump. Okay. Stay. Gonna jump myself. Bam! Where is it? I feel so silly. It's right here. When you get out here, you automatically drawn to this gate and you run along the river. The river. While the city is up here. Damn. Oh, hey, buddy.
Hey, clear off. No one's allowed to talk to Johanka.
Yes,
Bishop
I know.
Yaroslav's orders.
But... isn't that technically allowed?
I know. I was just testing you. And you passed. I'm with the bishop's entourage, and I'm here at his command. Let me in to talk to Johanka.
In that case, you surely know that everyone who comes from the bishop has to show a document to prove it.
Good. Your diligence is commendable. I don't have the document on me at present, though. I left it at the monastery.
Sorry, sir, but you'll have to go and get it. I can't let you in otherwise. I wouldn't want to anger the Monsignor.
Of course. And you can actually read, can you?
A little, sir, yes. That's why they put me here.
Very wise. You're clearly the right man for the job. Very well. I'll be back soon with that paper.
God be with you.
Is there actually a paper? I want to steal that paper. I guess not. Okay. So whatever. Take my money.
I want to talk about Johanka.
All right.
If you have to.
I'm sure the bishop wouldn't mind if you had to go and answer a call of nature. And if it were a nice long call, there'd be a few groschen in it for you.
Don't even try it. I'm warning you.
Come on now. Just between the two of us. Johanka is my friend. She has no one else but me. The Inquisitor will surely take her away, and I'll never see her again. I just want to say goodbye to her before she disappears forever. What would you do in my place?
Well, since you put it that way, but I'd be taking a big risk, disobeying the bishop's orders. He'd have my head for it.
15,000 groschen.
Of course. I wouldn't expect you to put yourself at risk without a reward.
300? Man, take it.
All right, go on then, but make it quick, eh?
For sure. Thanks a lot. I owe you.
I don't owe you. I paid you. So, talk to me.
Johanka, are you alright?
Yes, Henry. I'm fine. I'm glad to see you.
I spoke to the Inquisitor. He wants to put you on trial.
I know. It's all in God's hands now.
No, it's not. I mean, it is, of course. But the bishop has allowed me to defend you.
You want to defend me? Thank you. Henry, that's very kind of you. But you needn't bother. Our Lady won't let anything bad happen to me. I am her instrument, and I am completely in her hands. Everything that's happening is her sacred will.
I won't stand by with my arms folded. You need someone to testify for you. As I said, I will defend you.
If you insist. Maybe it's the will of the Virgin that you came to me. So be it then.
I went to Ujits, like you asked.
That's good, Henry. I hope you purged yourself of your sins.
I did the pilgrimage of penance, like you said. And in the church, I begged the Virgin Mary for forgiveness.
And she will bless you, Henry. You're a good man. Remember that. And don't stray into wrongdoing again.
I won't.
I will.
I made a donation to the church, too.
He will.
And the parish priest there, Father Godwin, he was asking about you.
Was he? Well, what did you tell him?
Oh, just about everything that's going on and the things you were saying.
Uh-huh. Good, Henry. The more people who hear about it, the better.
What did Bishop Yaroslav ask you about?
All sorts of things. Like how the Virgin Mary visits me, what she shows me, and about preaching to the people. Actually, he was really quite pleasant. He asked me about Skalitz, whether I go to church, and a lot of other things. And in the end, he told me I mustn't speak in public again about the visitations and that. But I couldn't obey an order like that. The Blessed Virgin is testing me, and I have to do what she asks, no matter who or what stands in the way.
I'd say he wasn't too happy about that.
Yeah.
No. He came there with his men, dispersed the people, and had me arrested and locked up here.
Should have waited for Henry of Skalitz.
About that trial?
Yes, the trial.
I'll get some people who will testify for you in court. But Brother Nicodemus is worried you'll say things that will make the Inquisitor angry. Please don't do that. You have to talk to him respectfully, answer his questions with humility, and not say anything to annoy him. And don't say anything against the church or priests. Please.
I'll say only what the Blessed Virgin wants me to say.
Johanka, please. You mustn't say anything against him or the church. Be contrite. Maybe even admit you might have been wrong about some things. I don't think the Inquisitor is so bad. If you submit to him, he'll drop the charges.
You too now. You're speaking exactly the same as his assistant. The two of you joined forces against me, did you?
I've nothing to do with him. I didn't even know he was here. Believe me, I'm really trying to help you.
You don't believe me anymore, do you?
I do, Johanka, I believe you. But in court, you must speak reasonably, prudently. A lot depends on it. Maybe even your life.
I appreciate your concern for me, Henry, really, I do. But you must understand. I can't deny that the Virgin Mary visits me, or what she wants to tell us. Not now. After everything that's happened, I can't. Otherwise, she won't heal Matthias.
But you have to consider yourself and what's good for you. Surely you don't want to be convicted of heresy? That won't do anyone any good, neither you nor Matthias.
Exactly.
I've already told you. Everything is in the hands of the Blessed Virgin. I will accept with humility the fate she grants me.
Oh, Sakra. This is going to be a right mess.
You have to flee.
Johanka, I really don't think this is going to end well for you. But there's another option. We can flee. I'll lure the guard away, pick the lock, and we'll vanish into the woods. Tonight, we'll run far from here, where no one knows you, and you can start a new life.
No, Henry, I can't do that. The Blessed Virgin led me here, and here is where I belong. I won't run away like a criminal.
Fine, then. I thought that might have been an option, but apparently not. Okay, then. Shoop-de-boo. There you go.
They're all shapes, sizes, and flavours.
Me?
Yeah.
Ooh. Should we talk to Matthias? We will check once the in-game hour is checked. So, since they are both apparently in kind of the same place, let's... Come on. Nope. Right. Any cool.
Witnesses can be summoned for Johanka's trial. So I wanted to ask you if you'd give a testimony. Maybe some learned speech in her defense?
I'd be glad to do it. Johanka deserves my help. Such testimonies could carry a lot of weight. You should try and get as many as you can.
I spoke to Johanka.
And did you manage to convince her?
I'm afraid not. She's stubborn. She says she answers only to the Blessed Virgin.
Oh dear, Henry. That's not good at all.
Yes.
What about her family? Doesn't she have a relative she might listen to?
No. None of them survived the raid on Skalitz.
She has no one at all left in the world? Poor child.
What exactly does an Inquisitor do?
The Inquisition is a papal institution that deals with heresy, so people don't succumb to charlatans, false prophets and deceptions, and put their faith and their immortal souls in jeopardy. The Inquisitors have all sorts of powers, the kind we here can do very little to stand up to.
And what can he do to Johanka?
I'm not entirely sure. These legal issues are very complicated, but he could certainly excommunicate her. Maybe even sentence her to death.
Yes. So the Inquisition does anything they like. So if the Inquisitor doesn't like you, you're dead. They are only concerned about the money, like every church.
What actually happened here?
Johanka told me you went to Auschwitz?
Yeah? What's that got to do with anything?
The Inquisitor showed up here not long after you left.
Because he was scared.
Apparently he heard about Johanka's preaching somehow. He even observed one of her sermons outside the town in disguise.
Oh, really?
He had her brought to him and spent a long time trying to discourage her from what she was doing. But then she went out again to preach about her visions outside of town. But before she even started, the Inquisitor turned up with Fabian and the guards. He said Johanka had ignored his outright ban, and he had her taken away. Then he warned the people there that Johanka was spreading heresy and undermining the church's authority, and forbade them to listen to her.
That's why I keep notes. So, haven't you
That's
spoken
all.
to him?
Didn't you speak to the Inquisitor?
No, actually I didn't.
Chicken.
He saw me there listening to her preaching, and I was afraid to come forward and talk to him.
Aha. Well, that's understandable.
Thanks.
Actually is, yeah.
It sounds pretty serious.
It is.
It is. I'm afraid it could be very serious indeed.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Yep. All right. I'm too drunk to check not me, but Henry of Skalitz is too drunk to check another one of these expensive savior schnapses. So let's have a short nap and then begin the trial. That is kind of a hard choice. If you help her escape, the game doesn't allow you to, but technically, if you would be able to help her escape, and Sir Sebastian from Berg does take her into his estate, wouldn't that basically mean that she would have to be his vacation entertainment in the sheets? I can't say that other word because I'm pretty sure it is well, I don't like to use the word censor, but pretty sure something is going on that removes my videos. Oh dear, do we have any Stephanie's shirt, for example? Yes, Henry of Skalitz is a very, very naughty boy. Noble shoes, that's a good start. A chaperone. Maybe it's on the horse, is it? It is not. Okay then, That's bad. Okay. Just put them on. Chaperone, the penitent's robe. And probably should not wear any weapons or a quiver at all. A ring, that's fine. Necklace, okay, whatever. Yo, Papa, follow me. Ouch. Least we can do is to use the trowel before we attend le trial.
Yeah.
And just like that, we're dirty again. What the hell? The one time you don't wear a helmet, you know? That's the one time that an accident happens.
Yeah.
So, always wear your helmet, I guess. Unluckiest fella ever. Okay then. Let's try for the kinda best ending we can give her. Yo, Cherry. No.
I'm ready, Monsignor.
Let's go.
Excellent. I have also completed my investigation. We may commence then with the proceedings?
Yes.
Good. I will send for everyone who is to bear witness and have Johanka brought before the court. We'll commence first thing tomorrow morning.
Yes, sir.
Of course.
One more thing. These are solemn proceedings that demand a certain decorum. I won't tolerate any clanking armor or otherwise inappropriate attire. You will wear this robe.
Oh, you give me a robe.
Thank you, Monsignor.
Oh, that's nice.
Very well. Rest now, and we'll meet in the morning. Goodbye.
All right. Then we do the tourney. Yes. Nice clown's costume. Clanking armor, yeah?
Let us begin.
Yes. Okay.
I, Bishop Yaroslav of Benishov, by the grace of God, Papal Inquisitor, have come here to Sassaw in response to reports of Marian visitations and the preaching activities of one Johanka, a commoner. And I have found, indeed, that by her arbitrary words she's been leading good people astray and encouraging their rebellion against their betters. Furthermore, Johanka has attempted to usurp the glory that belongs alone to Holy Mother Church, and to appoint herself as an intermediary of the wisdom and grace of Almighty God. This does not behove any lay person, and certainly not a woman. It is therefore necessary to remedy her transgressions, and to investigate the extent and the basis of her misguidance. Or, as the case may be, heresy. Henry of Skalitz has elected to appear here in Johanka's defense, and his wish has been allowed. Anyone who elects to speak here does so before God, and shall be bound by a most sacred oath, to speak only the truth. I will first hear the testimony of Father Fabian, who sent me word of this matter, and who should best know what deeds are done in his parish. Father Fabian, will you tell us what Johanka has been proclaiming?
Johanka claims that she has received visitations from Our Lady, the Holy Mother of God, who speaks to her in the night. It is an outrageous claim that I hold to be entirely untrue.
And did Johanka come forward to ask your advice regarding these alleged apparitions?
She did not. Instead, she took it upon herself to spread her supposed wisdom to the people.
And prior to this, did Johanka attend church? Did you see her at your sermons, Father?
I did not, Monsignor. What's more, the parish priest of Skalitz is staying at my presbytery just now. Johanka knows him well enough, but she didn't come to see even him.
Yes,
I believe Johanka is deliberately avoiding the church. Instead, she meets her followers secretly in the woods and preaches to them. Either she made everything up, or the devil himself is whispering in her ear.
Not good. Not good. Not good.
If I may, Monsignor, the Virgin Mary really does speak to Johanka.
Is that so? And on what do you found this claim?
It couldn't be the devil. Johanka lives at the monastery, doesn't she? Close to the cave of St. Procopius. St. Procopius, who overpowered the devil and cast him down, did he not?
Yes, he
did. The evil one would hardly dare return to the dominion of the saints to whisper in Johanka's ear.
Exactly.
Surely that's obvious.
It's true, Henry, that evil spirits, or even Lucifer himself, would have little power in the vicinity of the remains of St. Procopius.
But the fact that she lives at the monastery doesn't mean that she is not misguided. What's more, she is an interloper there herself, who would not even be tolerated if it weren't for Brother Nicodemus.
Yes, Father, I am aware of the impropriety of her presence in the monastery grounds. But in this I must concur with Henry.
Why? Because she's a woman.
Monsignor,
at the
would you
monastery.
please hear the
Yes.
testimony of the respected burgher Pavel of Colleen?
Of course.
He will testify that Johanka isn't making anything up.
Well, I'm very curious what this Pavel will tell us. Call Pavel of Colleen.
You know, the Pope doesn't like women. Apparently.
I'm a little surprised to find a counselor of Colleen here, especially you, who makes no secret of your animosity towards Sasau Monastery.
True. Although I have only criticized the monastery in secular matters of property, which concerned a dispute with the town of Colleen, and therefore my duties as a councillor.
Pavel, please tell us about your recent experience.
I'm all ears, Goodman.
Monsignor, some years ago I hid some money in Sasau Woods. When I found myself here again recently and heard Johanka's words, I remembered that matter. Johanka made me aware of my inordinate love of wealth, and I resolved to donate the money in question for the common good of Sasau. For this, I needed an honest intermediary who would locate the money. In this, too, Johanka helped me by putting me in touch with Henry here. By the grace of God, he found the long-lost treasure and donated it for the good of Sasau. The whole matter I regard as the intervention of the Holy Spirit.
An interesting tale, Goodman Pavel.
Not only that, it's also evidence of divine providence, and that Johanka isn't making anything up. She wasn't possessed by an evil spirit. On the contrary, Our Lady really did speak to her.
I must concur with that, Monsignor, because I was subsequently also visited in a dream by the Virgin Mary.
What? You too?
Yes. She appeared in a blue cloak and waved to me.
Do you swear that what you say is true, Pavel?
I swear by Almighty God, Monsignor.
Remarkable. Truly remarkable. Very well, Goodman. Thank you for your testimony. You may stand down.
Doesn't look too bad after all.
Even if it were true, Why would Our Lady choose a simple village girl like Johanka?
You're right, Father Fabian. That is quite untoward. Let's proceed then. Is there anything else you want to add, Henry?
Well, because she was a village girl herself.
Yes. Please call Brother Nicodemus. He has something to say about it. He's a man of learning and knows more about these things than I do.
Certainly. I also wish to hear his testimony.
All right,
Call
Nicky.
him.
Let's go.
Nicodemus, for some time you were insisting that the infirmary needed extra pairs of hands. It was only at your request that Johanka, against all accepted custom, was allowed inside the monastery walls. I've already spoken to Abbot Peter about her, but please tell me how Johanka behaved.
Monsignor, I must stand behind Johanka. The girl is a treasure. Selfless, charitable and good-hearted. She helped more people here than anyone else. I have never seen her do anything that would contradict the behavior of a good Christian.
That's true.
She never discussed questions of faith with me. She was always focused only on her work, which she carried out impeccably.
And afterwards, when she began making claims of Marian apparitions?
Yes. Yes, that's quite an extraordinary thing. The things she preached couldn't have come from any of the brothers, or from books, because she can't read. Therefore, I believe the Blessed Virgin really spoke to her.
Nonsense. She made the whole thing up. Or someone did prompt her. You're very keen to defend her, brother. It makes me wonder whether she didn't get her wisdom from you.
Why are you shitting on
I
Nico?
already said she got none of it from me, and I would never lie before Almighty God. But it seems to me it's the inadequate education of the good parish priest here that's behind his flimsy litany.
What? Am I to be criticized by someone who's more a gardener than a scholar?
Father Fabian, let Nicodemus speak. And you, Nicodemus, stick to the point, if you please.
Certainly, Monsignor. Please allow this humble gardener to put the good priest right, because he evidently knows nothing of the fact that other women before Johanka had similar experiences. Blessed Hildegard of Bingen also had similar visions. And what about St. Bridget, or Elizabeth of Schurnau, or Catherine of Siena? Like them, Johanka here only humbly spreads the message of Our Lady. She does not present herself as an intermediary of divine mercy. Please do not condemn Johanka, Bishop Yaroslav. In my judgment, her visions are genuine and her words sincere.
Thank you, Nicodemus. Your plea is very bold. But what you say about Hildegard and the others is true. You can rest assured I will consider your words very carefully.
That didn't go too bad.
Fabian, have you had trouble with heretics before, or had any suspicions of heresy here?
Not much, Monsignor. Now and then there have been traveling preachers and various charlatans here and there. Although, I did recently get reports that there were members of the Waldensian sect hiding in the province.
Yes, I heard of that. They were dealt with by the vicar who came here to track them down. Henry here helped catch them.
That's true.
Thank you, Father Fabian. That's all.
I'm glad to have been of service, Monsignor.
Sit down.
I thank you also, Brother Nicodemus. You too may stand down. Call Hoshek, bailiff of Sasau.
Oh boy.
Bailiff, has there been any suspicious activity here recently?
Well, there have been cumins on the rampage in the woods and on the roads, and all sorts of bands of footpads and brigands around the province. But otherwise, it's all been peaceful and quiet here, Monsignor.
How reassuring. And what of Johanka, bailiff? Has she been inciting the people here?
I couldn't tell you much about her. I hardly know her. She hasn't broken any laws, and folks speak well of her, for the most part. Although it's true, things have been a bit tense here, on account of her speeches.
Continue.
Quite a lot of people have been going to her since she started with that preaching. Some are even convinced she's a holy woman. From what I heard, they bring her small gifts or ask for her advice or blessing.
Sacrilege! People coming for blessings and bringing her gifts. That has all the makings of a cult.
Oh, I don't know, Monsignor. Begging your pardon, but that's overstating it a bit. But it's true. They met outside town, too, and it came to a bit of a skirmish. Nothing serious happened, though. Fellas punching each other in the mouth, if you'll excuse me, Monsieur.
That's right.
That happens all the time. Well, that's about all I can tell you, Monsignor.
Thank you, Bailiff. That will be all. And you, Henry, you've been around Johanka more than anyone. Do people come to her for blessings?
But it's not her fault.
Well, they come to her, yes. But I swear she never blessed anyone. But when someone comes to her, she tries to help them, like a good Christian.
Henry, I'm sure you're aware that to lie here is a mortal sin and a crime.
I do.
Sure.
And I'm not lying.
That's true.
All right. Anything else?
Yes. Guta.
Yes, Monsignor. Johanka helped Guta, the tailor's wife. Please hear her testimony. You'll see for yourself that Johanka is a good Christian.
Very well. I promised I'd hear your witnesses. Call this Guta. Guta, you witnessed Johanka's first sermon. What did she speak of?
About how we should be virtuous and not sinful.
And then you went to see Johanka, didn't you?
I did, Monsignor. I wanted to ask her for help, and she did. I was praying for my husband for a long time and begging God to help him. And I believe my prayers were answered, and he sent Johanka to us.
And there were others who came to her seeking help?
Yes, Monsignor. There were.
And that shrine, and the gifts. People brought them to Johanka so she'd help them?
I couldn't tell you. But she helped me, without any of that.
Didn't you bring her any gifts?
Well, yes, but that was after. Just some old cloth for bandages and bed covers, so she could help others like she helped me. Every evening, I pray for Johanka and thank the Blessed Virgin for sending her to us.
I see. Thank you. You may go.
I'd like you to listen to Adela. She amended her life and doesn't live in sin anymore, all because of Johanka. Johanka helped people selflessly, not for any benefit, and Adela can testify to that.
All right. Bring this Adela.
Uh-oh. Did I make an oopsie?
Adela, until recently you were living in the nearby town of Ledechko, is that so?
Yes.
And how did you make a living there?
I served at the baths, laundering and repairing clothes, and preparing the baths.
Is that all?
No. Sometimes I went with the fellas and pleasured them for money. But I don't do it anymore. I swear. I changed my ways on account of Johanka and Henry here, and now I lead a decent life.
You're saying you simply gave up your profession?
Yes. Henry convinced me, and Johanka took me in.
That's true.
Very well. Thank you. And since you left Ledechko, have you sinned with anyone?
Uh-oh.
Well, it was only the one time, monsieur.
And with whom did you sin?
With Henry.
Well, well. So Henry leads loose women to the path of righteousness, only to drag them back into sin again.
It wasn't quite like...
Quiet! Adela, answer me one more question. You're living with Johanka now, yes? Tell me what she says to the people who come to her.
Well, they come with all sorts of problems. Some want just advice. Some want her maybe to bless them or talk to Our Lady for them. They believe she's a holy woman.
So, Johanka accepts gifts from these people and then gives them her blessing?
No, it's not like that. Johanka doesn't bless anyone. And she doesn't want any gifts from anyone either. Folk just bring them. The things they bring, she gives them out to the sick and wounded. She doesn't keep anything, I swear.
You swear?
Yes, I swear to it all, Monsignor. I'd never lie to you.
All right. You may go. Now I wish to question Katra, the swordsmith's wife. Bring her here.
Okay, that backfired a little. Maybe, yeah. But he couldn't have known.
Katra, you are a respected townswoman who has a good overview of what goes on in Sasau. As you told me earlier, will you tell me now what you know of Johanka and her deeds?
Yes, I'll tell you everything, Monsignor. Johanka has been putting ideas into people's heads and causing chaos. What right has she to preach to us? A simple girl like that. As if we were bad people here, and she herself is a sinner, and an adulterer, a loose woman she is, who goes with anyone, and even fornicated with the custodian, Sir Sebastian.
Dun dun dun.
Forgive me, Monsignor, but Katra isn't telling the whole truth.
What do you mean, Henry?
She's the one who set a band of thugs on Johanka, several times, to cause trouble for her and threaten her. She wanted to drive Johanka out of town. That's not the deed of a good Christian, plotting intrigues like that. She admitted it all to me.
Is that true?
I only did what was necessary to stop her from bringing us to harm.
Monsignor, you can see yourself that Katra holds a grudge against Johanka.
Yes. I must agree with Henry.
Yes!
In view of your apparent antagonism towards Johanka, whatever the reasons for it, I cannot allow you to influence these proceedings. You should have reported your concerns to Father Fabian instead of acting willfully as you did.
But she's bringing us nothing but trouble.
I will be the judge of her transgressions, not you. Nevertheless, I have also heard rumors of Johanka's immorality that cannot be ignored. Bring here the Sasau custodian, Sir Sebastian von Berg.
Yeah, that's what you get in the 15th century for being a woman. Just for the sin for being a woman. Dear Lord.
Sir Sebastian, my apologies for raising the matter, but doubts have been cast on your virtue. I have been told that you have shared your bed with Johanka. Is it true?
Probably.
Monsignor, with respect, this is surely some mistake. Johanka is not a bad girl, and by no means a heretic.
Noted. Now please answer my question. Did you share your bed with Johanka or not?
Yes. But she's not...
Silence! So, Johanka not only incites rebellion against the nobles, but also seduces them into sin and immorality.
All in.
That's not true. Johanka never seduced anyone. It's the other way round. He wouldn't leave her alone from the moment she came to Sasau. He simply took advantage of her misfortune and his own status to get her into bed.
How dare you! Silence! Henry?
Johanka regrets it. What was she to do when she was constantly pursued by a nobleman who has great influence in the area.
What I did out of love for her. Johanka is no heretic, only a confused, unhappy young girl. There's no call for jumping to the conclusion of heresy. Monsignor, you must be able to see that.
I advise caution, sir. Would you cast doubt on the authority of the Church in this trial?
I will no longer tolerate this humiliation. Get out of my way!
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We really told him off, didn't we?
Henry?
Oh, shit. He left.
You proved yourself a good servant of the Church when you told me of your disturbing findings concerning the situation hereabouts. You've been very keen to appear here in Johanka's defense. You've said a lot about her, but please, tell me why you've been helping her all this time.
Because I don't know anyone like her. She endured what would destroy most people and never gave up. She never wasted time feeling sorry for herself. Instead, she helped others, even at the cost of her own suffering. And she helped to redeem me, too. It's a pity everyone isn't like her.
It seems you speak sincerely, and you hold her in high regard.
Yeah.
Your sincerity before God carries great weight. Thank you. That will be all, Henry.
See ya.
Monsignor, please permit me to say one more thing. I heard some wise words at a sermon in Skalitz, and I think I should share them here. They laughed at Christ and refused to believe he was the Son of God. And they laugh at Johanka too, and don't believe the Virgin Mary speaks to her.
You're putting Johanka on the same level as Christ?
Well, sort of. In a way.
You talk here about things you know nothing about, trying to pass ignorance off as wisdom. You might fool an ignoramus, but you yourself are one. Enough of this. Nothing remains but to question Johanka herself.
Alright then.
Johanka of Skalitz, you've heard the accusations brought against you, and we have also heard several testimonies. I already questioned you earlier.
And it has also come to my attention that Henry here bribed a guard to allow him to see you in your cell, which I expressly forbade.
Yes.
Johanka, do you wish to revise the answers you gave earlier, or do you stand by what you said?
I stand by everything I told you.
So be it. I expressly forbade you to continue preaching, and you promised not to do so. You defied my instruction and broke your promise. Why?
Forgive me, Monsignor. But I could do nothing else. Our Lady asked me to do it, and I couldn't refuse her. And I did the right thing. The Virgin Mary visited me again in my cell and showed me new things. Monks and prelates who took off their robes and put on princely cloaks instead. They threw down their staves, buckled on swords, and placed crowns on their heads. They rejected Christ's example and hoarded wealth for themselves. They paid no heed to the people, but only gave them absolution.
Silence! You will not speak like that. I have already heard more than enough. These proceedings are closed. You may leave.
Johanka will now hear my verdict.
So yeah. She's telling the truth then. That's what it came down to.
Johanka, are you aware you're facing very grave accusations?
Yes, Monsignor. I am.
You stand accused of preaching from ignorance and leading the people away from the protective embrace of Holy Mother Church. If you do not recant, you will suffer grave consequences.
Pride and ignorance clouded her reason
Child. It would distress me greatly to have to pronounce a verdict of condemnation.
Oh, come on, don't do that.
Speak then. Do you recant your sermons and swear never again to preach to the people? And are you prepared to repent?
The Saratai,
As God is my witness, I did all this with good intentions. And the Virgin Mary did visit me, and I would be lying before her, before God and my own conscience, if I denied it.
Really? Ah,
If
shit.
you don't recant and return to the bosom of Holy Mother Church, then you have sealed your own fate. Take her. We must all be ever vigilant of Lucifer's evil designs.
No, no, no,
Avoid
no,
being
no, no,
caught
no, no,
in
no.
his snares. Only Holy Mother Church can safeguard all Christian folks from the onslaught of the devil. Only Holy Mother Church cares for their souls so they may find salvation in the kingdom of heaven.
It's all true, and the will of the Blessed Virgin, her sacred will that I will never recant.
Sometimes, to save the body of the true church, it is necessary to amputate a gangrenous limb.
Uh-oh. Oh shit, don't flog him, man. Come on!
Full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed.
I don't think I can show this on stream. Why would they do that?
Of thy word. Jesus. Holy Mary. Oh God.
Johanka of Scarlets refuses to accept the truth and recant her delusive preaching. Her tongue is an instrument of the devil. It must be plucked out and cast from the body of the heretic, along with the devil, so that her soul may be purged of evil.
You're going to pull her tongue? Oh fuck. No, 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 nope, 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 nope. Nope, nope, nope. Nope. Don't show that. Oh, well, hang on. Now you don't see it. No. Okay, in case you're wondering, she looks like a vampire because there's blood all over her face, like here and stuff. So, yeah. Yeah. I think I know now why one of my videos got removed.
Despite her suffering, Johanka remained faithful to her conviction. Brother Nicodemus tried to heal her terrible wounds, but in vain. Her cruel punishment was too much to endure. Matthias never lived to hear of Johanka's fate. Soon afterwards, he succumbed to his sickness. Although it's forbidden to bury a heretic in consecrated ground, we lay Johanka and Matthias to rest together, side by side, in a place where I hope they will finally find peace. as Brother Nicodemus said. Surely God will forgive us for following our hearts.
They fucking killed her? They don't mess around. That was fucking harsh, man. Damn. Now, if this would be the end of the game and the stream, I would not have a nice night. But it's time to take a little break. I'll be right back. Dude. Okay then, that was shocking. And apparently it took just a couple of hours. What the hell? Okay, whatever. Okay, now, so that did not go as planned. The Inquisition really is not a joke, so the next time I'm going to play up is really trying to fix that. Apparently there is a solution to this. I mean, I played it like 3 times now, and this is the second time Johanka was sentenced to death. No. Okay, the first time was the same as that one. So Johanka was... Oh, come on, I need food. Johanka was sentenced... No, her tongue got pulled out and she died from it, yeah. And the second time, I was even worse.
Cheers!
No, that's not true.
Health. How may I help you?
Memory.
Good luck.
Okay, the first time she was dragged off to a... Well, what's it called? The monastery for women? Where women go to be devout and stuff. I'm pretty sure you know what I mean. The second time she got burned at the stake. I did really, really bad. And the third time she died from getting her tongue pulled. Should sleep some more. 46 won't suffice. And this is the fourth time, so yeah, the same. But there, I'm very sure there is an achievement, which is called the Angel of Mercy. Why do you wear this robe? Is that a bug? Black scarf. Nope. 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 This one. Yes. That's much better. Okay, is the attorney still up? Attorney. Yes, it is. Since it's not even noon. And I'm very tired.
Yeah.
But that is cool. I'm not going to visit the bathhouse. I'm going straight to Ratai. What is that potion called? Keeps you awake. I don't even think I need it. That was close. That was very, very close. So... We're going to win the journey for the eighth time. And yeah, that'll be it for today. So if you're interested in watching me winning the tourney for the 8th time, but first we need to get what potion? Wait, cockerel potion. I'm pretty sure that what's it called? Apothecary. The apothecary. Yeah, he should have a copper potion. It's nothing to help you in the bed, but out of the bed. Has nothing to do with, well, yeah, the kind of cock that goes in the morning. If you know what I'm saying. Even I don't know what I'm on about. It's been 90 minutes already? Cool. We should have enough time, yeah, to finish the journey. I think this time we will get the bailiff's mace. Pretty sure we will. I'm not sure what we will get on the 9th time we win it. Or the 10th. At some point, surely, it'll be just money. Wait a second. that tourney is every week, they said. With few exceptions when, you know, war plagues the land and all this stuff. So this is the 9th tourney, so that's 2 months of in-game time that has passed up to this point. Yes, I'm going this way because I need to visit the apothecary. So that'll be 9 weeks after the prologue. Yeah, that's pretty much one summer. And I didn't rush, so I guess that's fair. Get out of my way! Trader walking down the stairs. Gotta get that sweet, sweet Viagra, right?
God save you.
No. God didn't save Johanka, why would it save me? It? He? She? Cockroach potion, 7. Give me 2 saviors. Any saviors? 5 of them. Take all of it. Anything interesting? 700. Let's make 500.
Let's have a word about the price.
50.
All right.
550. Seems way too low. Let's make it 620.
What do you say to this?
That's not enough.
Yeah, oh man, I get it. Not everybody needs Viagra, so let's make it 650.
See now? I knew we'd come to an agreement.
So you pick some flowers, have an alchemy bench, and get insanely rich. Alright. Cockroach potion. Oh, there it is. It does give me 20 energy. Right? I drink them both. And my nourishment is... but that's fine. Let's save. And now, let's try to win the tourney for the 8th time. Yeah, here I am again, take my money, and let's go! Yeah, let's go. And the game crashed. Okay, bear with me. It's synchronizing. Yes, it's the Steam version. So that's not a malfunction of my headphones. There is really a beep in that ear. just occurred to me. I'm so glad I saved. Just imagine doing all that trial stuff and then talking to that dude that starts the tournament and the game crashes. Oh man. Auni? Kommst du runter? Na, ob du zu mir kommst? Okay, passt. Ich mach weiter, gell? So luckily I saved here, right here, because talking to the Herald crashed my game for some reason. Apparently it doesn't want me to win the tourney for the 8th time. Let's try again. Okay, don't crash.
God bless you. What troubles you?
Let's go.
I'd like to enroll in the big tournament.
Yeah, you know my name. Let's go, let's go.
And I need to...
The free skill of war.
Warhammer and shield. I know how to handle those.
Good. Get yourself ready. You're next in line. See you later.
I am. I'll stay. Okay, let's do the tourney. Should be about 15 to 20 minutes. Then I go to bed.
Entering the arena now will be Zdeněk, apprentice to the Ratai scribe, who will measure his skills against Henry of Skalitz from the company of Sir Radzig Kobyla. Let us wish the combatants luck.
I don't need luck. Got my skill.
And this very first bout will afford plenty of entertainment.
Oh yes, it really
The
is.
combatants will engage in a duel with warhammers and shields.
Look at all my debuffs. Whack. No mercy. How strong is your shield arm? Ouch. Give up.
Good damn.
Gotcha. Good for you. Oh, please take access. LOL.
And now's the time to choose weapons for the next duel. Prepare to watch a fierce fight with axes and shields.
Oh, you know the axes? That's good. I did too. Look at that. And that. Or that. Twice? Okay, yeah, that should be enough for anyone.
Henry of Skalitz. As victor in this round, he shall proceed to the next.
Yes, I shall. Okay, it's Warhammers again, and then I predict it'll be... Let's see who the enemy is.
Meeting face to face in this round will be
Who are you?
Henry of Skalitz from the company of Sir Radzig Kobyla.
That's me.
And his adversary will be Stephen of Dvorets, spearman in the company of Sir Radzig Kobyla.
I guess
Welcome
longswords?
our warriors.
Because why not?
All is prepared for the first duel. The combatants will engage in a duel with warhammers and shields.
Shit!
What are you doing?
Yeah. Fuck. God. Shit.
Oh, good one. That did hurt a lot, yes.
Ha! Had enough? Shit!
The victor of the first duel is Henry of Skalitz.
Get hit right here. That's gonna hurt a lot. A whole lot. Alright, halfway done. It's not going to get easier. It's axes. Fine.
And now's the time to choose weapons for the next duel. Prepare to watch a fierce fight with axes and shields.
God!
Apparently you do not know I got that skill at 20 already. Fine. You asked for it.
As victor in this round, he shall proceed to the next.
Jump, jump. Okay, who's my final... Not enemy, what's the... Contestant. I don't know that...
Meeting face to face in this round will be Henry of Skalitz from the company of Sir Radzig Kobyla.
Who are you?
And his adversary will be Menhart, master swordsman from far off Frankfurt.
Yes.
Welcome our warriors.
We meet again, Frankfurter. Oh, he's
and
good.
this very first bout will afford plenty of entertainment. The combatants will engage in a duel with warhammers and shields.
Let's go. Alright, Menhart. I know you can beat me, but you won't. You could. If you would be smart, but you're not. That's why I will win again and again and again. But you probably will choose long swords. Long swords. Yeah! Entertainment!
Will surely be no less exciting. This one may decide the winner. We will witness a duel with longswords.
I guess I'm way more excited than I should be.
Geh zum Teufel!
Nein, nein, nein. Du gehst zum Teufel, mein Freund. Was, weil du ein Würstchen bist? Oh, du kannst das ja gut. Na komm schon. So ungefähr 600 Jahre später ist halt der Hesse. So you actually do know I am not really good with long swords, but I can handle myself, so I think I can take it.
Hundsfott!
Or maybe not, but that's fine. Ah, come on! Headbutt. Strongest dude in Bohemia. Fastest longsword guy of Frankfurt. I get it. Yeah, it's cool. Come on. That is scary. He's scary good. He's really, really scary good. How did I do that? That was not a masterful block, but I did block each and every strike in that combo. Go on, stop cursing, my friend. We could be friends and learn from each other, you know? Either way. He's really, really good. I really doubt I will win that one. Maybe I can. Yes, that was a lucky strike. Now all I need to do is survive until he bled enough to surrender. Because this dude is bleeding. And I'm not yet. Oh, he's a ferocious fighter. And here you go. Give up. Ah, shit. Oh, that's hard. I can do that too. Damn! You're good. You're very good. I'd say he's probably the best longsword fighter I've ever encountered so far. But he's the one that's bleeding, so he's going to lose this round. Don't worry, buddy. Give up, man. Yeah, this is very entertainment. Very entertainment for everyone. But for you. Ha! Damn! Your finger much stronger than you.
Verdammt nochmal!
Verdammt nochmal. Ja, verdammt nochmal, was machen wir jetzt da, ey? So, als jetzt gehen wir Küchel essen und Kaffee trinken. Gib auf. He gave up.
The victor of the second duel is Henry of Skalitz.
So, Menhard of Frankfurt, that was a very entertaining fight. I got to
Lords
say.
and ladies, good
That was
men
fighting
and good wives, you have just witnessed the final duel in today's Ratai tourney, for which we all owe gratitude to Sahanush of Laipa.
Yes,
All glory to the victor, Henry of Skalitz, man-at-arms in the company of Sir Radzik Kobila. His prize will be given to him by our gracious Sahanush.
Oh yes, please, what is it? It is a Bailey's mace.
You put on a hell of a show, Henry. Here's your hard-earned reward.
It's so hard.
Thank you, Sir Hannes.
God be with you.
Yes, he's hungry. He's a
Good
good boy.
boy.
Yes, he is.
That's my boy. Look what I've got for you.
You will love. Yeah, I should get more dog food. This will be the end of it. I'm going to buy more dog food. Whatever that means. So we did finish the A Woman's Lot DLC. Not the way I planned it. I'd rather had her going to that sort of monastery for women, you know, than to die for getting her tongue pulled out. But hey, that's life. I didn't think I did too bad.
Jesus Christ be praised. How may I serve you?
My question is, could it have been worth 30 dried meat? Yeah, those don't expire. 270.
Let's have a word about the price.
Well, we can try it.
210.
Satisfied?
More.
Is that her? Is that the woman?
Aye. For that amount, I can be persuaded.
Her name is Trader. Okay. You the butcher, you the butcher. What do you have to say?
God be with you.
You look well fed.
Take care.
Yeah, no. Alright then. Some sleep will hurt, and as more uncomfortable it is, the better Henry of Skalitz sleeps. So How are we doing on money? Are we doing okay on money? Apparently we do very, very good on money. So let's park horse here. You don't get wet here, and I sleep here. Let's take a red tent. Yeah, Matt, you just come here or take the other one or whatever. How much sleep does we? Not much at all. That's good. So our energy will be full then. That means tomorrow. No, not tomorrow. RPG day. So Friday evening, we're going to tackle the noble adventures of the adventures of the noble Sir Hans Capon. Yeah, that I believe that is how it's called. And we will try to get him what his heart desires. I think that's as eloquent as I can put it right now. So if anyone was watching, thanks for watching. Have a good night.